Hey friends, traveling around here with a buddy of mine. Have to take a minute and explain how the Mahto Villages work, okay? Now, I've done a video on this before for those of you who've actually looked at it, but Mahto Villages have two walls. The outer wall adopts the de jure border of any county, and there's only one village per county. Once the village is established, the inner wall is where the business takes place. On the inner wall, every building has two sides. One that faces the inner, which is nothing newer than the 1900s, and one that faces the outer, where we conduct our business. So all of these things comprise the borders of the village. The first building that we build is the post office, because that way we can correspond with other nations. The second one that we build is the orphanage, so that we can take care of our kids. Then we build the rest of the structures that make us a bona fide society. The ledger is started as one of the first things, and in the ledger, that's where the assayer's office, which every Mahto village has, it's part of the administrative network, no different than the U.S. citizens, except for all of the wealth, 99%, is returned each year to each village on the Feast of First Fruits. So you guys are actually the owners of the wealth. It's not Mahto Ministries, even though they own the wampum. Mahto Ministries returns that because, again, we are not here to try to enrich ourselves. We're not here to try to enrich Chief Mahto. But the Mahto Villages, once you put something on the ledger, then any member can be inside of the walls, the inner wall, and you can trade amongst yourselves. If you have fruits and vegetables that you grow at home, you take those, you bring those in, and you put them on the village ledger. And then you sell those to your fellow Mahto members. We're an unincorporated association of American Indians, and you can go look that up at the Secretary of State for Idaho, okay? So anybody out there who knows or who's been reading my stuff, there's a tactical advantage to doing things a certain way. And Mahto villages have always been slated for every county in the United States. But whether a village does or does not exist is not information I share in the public. There's no reason to do that. So, again, we are private. We're not anti-government. We're not here to take down any governments or overturn anything. We're simply a private society of American Indians as defined by the GAO, and we trade in wampum. If we do things in the public, then we teach our members how to operate C-Corps and LLCs and all these things, so that they're contributing the way it's supposed to be contributed. If you're using US dollars in the public, you need to be using it correctly, just like you told them you would. If you're in the private and you're trading in wampum, then that's our business inside of the inner village wall. So that's pretty much how the entire Mahto village system works. Our elections are different. July 4th, we follow the Hebrew calendar, not the Gregorian calendar. We have our own flag. Doesn't mean that we're anti-government. It just means that we are a religious organization who owns the souls of our members if they're in Mahto Ministries, and presumably if they're a part of the Mahto tribe. Why? Because otherwise the Catholic Church is going to pretend you're part of their system, that they own your soul, and that they have jurisdiction over you. That's not who we are. We are literally servants of, or for, the Most High. Not of, but servants for the Most High. And we're peaceful, law-abiding Americans. But that's the totality of how all the Mahto villages work. If you have any questions, please put them on, the comments to this video. If you want to know how to do it, again, separate society, baptismal records, as well as marriage contracts, so that they can't steal our kids. And, the ability to go out and function as a functioning society under Mahto Ministries' private motor carrier number with the DOT, our plates. So that's what I'm out here doing. These court cases, everything else, is establishing the right for you to travel. That's my job as a servant. So, again, if you have any questions, go ahead and PM me, and thanks for your understanding and your time. Shalom.